Bonsoir. Oh, it's okay. You're only slightly late. We've just begun. Mon Dieu. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Pourquoi le sourpuss? Oh no. Another man done you wrong. He toyed with you, enjoyed you, and then poof was gone, leaving you with nothing but a hankering for more. Come in, sit down. You're among friends here, right, class? Now, I have just the thing for you. But first, you're going to have to stop checking your phone obsessively, waiting for the call or the text that will never come. Just turn it off, dear. It will never come. No, really, turn it off. Wonderful. Now that you're back in the real world, I have just the thing for you. Do you remember way back in lesson 1, 2 whole weeks ago, where I told you that memorizing poems can help you hook up? Clearly, you found out that I was right. And I did warn you that sometimes everything does turn to merde. It happened. Well, just as memorizing poems can help you hook up, it can also help get you off the hook. Now, here's what you do. First, what you want is a really good hard one. Yes, class, I'll pause for a moment while your titters die down at your own private puerile jokes. As I say, what you want is a really good hard one. Now, the length of it doesn't really matter. Although, yes, I guess we all know that it does. What you want is something about sonnet-sized, which for those of you on the metric system is about 14 lines. Now, when I find myself down in the dumps, thinking repetitively, unproductively, obsessively about someone or something, I go to the manly man of poets, Gerard Manley Hopkins. Today I'll give you 2 of his poems, Carrion Comfort and Pied Beauty. Now Hopkins, besides being a magnificent poet, was also a Catholic priest. So he was sort of married to God, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. But his relationship with his faith was a tremendous struggle for him. And I think that religious or non-religious, we can all identify with anyone who wants to figure out what it's all about. Now, for my own part, once I left the convent school.
You were expelled!
Merci beaucoup, Ms. McQueef, for your continual contributions to class. But you know as well as I do that other than that buttock imprint on Mother Mistress Magdalene Munchausen's photocopy machine and a few grainy photographs, there is very little proof. In any case, class, once I parted ways with the convent school at Our Precious Lady of the Glorious Holy Weeping Wound, I haven't been all that Jesus-y. No matter. Now, where were we? Right, 2 Toulouse-Lautrec's remedy for how to make yourself and everyone around you who has to listen to your constant bitching and moaning less miserable. Step 1, interrupt yourself in the middle of your own obsessive thought. Step 2, recite one of the many poems you've memorized earlier as a means of distracting yourself. Now, I'll give you an example. Say, for instance, oh, I don't know, you've been dating a certain janitor, one of those strong, swarthy types with a fine Roman nose and thick, stringy muscles that snake up and down his arms every time he swishes a mop. And say, suddenly, one day, you find him in the supply closet with another teacher, the communications teacher of all things. And they're doing what can only be described as directed study with quite a bit of extra credit on the side. Well, shattered as you may be, you walk away, and you attempt to get on with your life. But every time you see so much as a Swiffer, you get all weepy-eyed. And even the faintest whiff of Murphy's Oil soap can send you into a tizzy. You find yourself, again, late, one night, in bed, awake, alone. The pillowcase that's still infused with the strange alchemy of his hair tonic and natural musk draped over your nose. And you ask yourself, why? Why did he leave me? Am I too sophisticated for him? Too erudite? Have I too much éclat and élan? Does he even know what those words mean? Am I just too much for him to handle? Is it because we're both tops? Why? Sergio, oh why? Not. I'll not carry in comfort despair. Not feast on thee. Not untwist, slack they may be, these last strands of man in me. Or, most weary, cry, I can no more. I can something. Hope, wish day come, not choose not to be. But oh, thou terrible, why wouldst thou rude on me, thy ring whirled right foot rock? Lay a lion limb against me, scan with darksome devouring eyes my bruised bones, and fan, oh, in turns of tempest, me heaped there, me frantic to avoid thee and flee. Why? That my chaff might fly, my grain lie sheer and clear. Nay, in all that toil, that coil, since, seems, I kissed the rod, hand rather, my heart, lo, lapped strength, stole joy, would laugh, cheer. Cheer whom, though? The hero whose heaven-handling flung me, foot-trod me, or me who fought him? Oh, which one? Is it each one? That night, that year of now done darkness, I, wretch, lay wrestling with, my God, my God. Well, we've all been there, haven't we? Wrestling with a god or two. But a menage a god never hurt anyone much. Now, perhaps you might find that after you've memorized it sufficiently and the meaning begins to seep in, and maybe after the 10th or 11th time you've howled it out into the unthinking, unfeeling night, you might thirst for something a little bit more upbeat and reparative. In which case, I recommend Pied Beauty, because it's all about praising the day. And once again, the dictionary is your friend. And don't be afraid to linger a long time over a particularly strange word combination until you can really see the image. This poem is just a series of images, in fact, celebrating all the beauty that speckles the world. So, Pied Beauty. Glory be to God for dappled things, for skies of couple color like a brinded cow, for rose moles all in stipple upon trout that swim, fresh fire coal chestnut falls, finch's wings, landscape plotted and pieced, fold, fallow, and plow, and all trades, their gear and tackle and trim. All things counter, original, spare, strange. Whatever is fickle, freckled, who knows how, with swift, slow, sweet, sour, a dazzle, dim. He fathers forth, whose beauty is past change. Praise him. Your assignment: memorize a poem and post it as a video response right here. It doesn't necessarily have to be one of these poems, but if you choose a different one, please post a link to it so that we can study it on our own in our leisure time. But a caveat: make sure you memorize it completely and make sure you recite it completely before posting. Because if you're not going to do your very best, why bother? Again, look to the links below for the text of the poems. Visit your local librarian and always support your local bookstore. Remember, the world is full of wonder. Pay attention. Until next time, mwah. I am Toulouse-Lautrec, and this be the verse.